Hello everyone, Vilisink back again with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in this one you may have seen I've been messing around with Geomancer. For some reason I keep thinking Necromancer, but I'm sure that's a game from the late 80s, early 90s. Some of you will know what I'm referring to, other people just won't. But we're messing around with Geomancer. I did a video, he was unbooked, 40 million on Force Affinity, and we did fully booked 58 million on Force Affinity. I did a key at work this morning, like midday. On Void, we only did 49.5 million. So by removing a cult brawler, I gained. I mean, he did 15 mil, so 6 million damage, which is for 2 keys like 100 million. So it's respectively decent. So I figured in this video we would take a quick look at him, show you kind of what makes him so good. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. His stats are pretty decent, but we'll check his base stats. So let me just double check something real quick. Yeah, it's weird that he's an attack-based champion. I just never thought he was. I thought he was HP or support. Forgive my ignorance. So his base HP is 15,500. For an attack champion, it's actually not too bad. Not the lowest. Attack 1343. For what you're going to use him for, or for what I'm using him for, that's a pretty decent attack. I mean, it's not the highest in the game, but we're not going to be running over and doing 500,000 damage, like tire volts and stuff, so it's not that bad. Defense 925. Again, it's not too bad. Could be worse. Speed 94, so he's a slow boy. Yes, he's a dwarf, and their leg spans are smaller, but he should be a little bit quicker. I mean, 94 is one of the slowest champions that I can name at this point in time. His crit rate, crit damage is just the same as it normally would be for an attack-based champion like him. So resist is a base of 30, but he has 0 accuracy, which is really weird because he's a debuffer. So you want him to place debuffs. Give him some. Don't understand why they just don't. The basic stats for a debuffer normally they don't give him accuracy, or some they don't. I find that very weird. I have him kitted out at 43,000 HP, 2,500 attack, 1,500 defense, 115 speed. Because I'm using him as the slow boy, as you might have seen, 84% crit rate, which I'm pretty proud of, 222 crit damage. Samus would like that. 222, 326 accuracy. Now I might lose a little bit of accuracy for the crit rate, but this is legitimately all gear apart from the gloves that was sitting on the account. And I seen these and I was like, dude, man, I'm never going to use them anywhere else, so why not use them on Geomancer? So I have the quad accuracy here. All I need is, realistically, I just lose too much accuracy by not keeping it in an accuracy set. I can gain some crit rate, but it's a pretty decent weapon. It is 45, so not that bad. I wanted to make sure he had a crit rate set on him just to get some critical rate up. Rather than trying to find it in substats, the 12% increase with this set of bonus is pretty decent, so add on 15%, a little bit of speed, accuracy, crit damage, all nice stats. We have a shield, level 12, and it's level 12, probably going to stay there because I don't want to hit speed at the bottom, don't need defense. This shield can effectively just stay kind of where it is. We have some perception gauntlets, crit damage with a bang and a crit rate. These I took from Rule the Huntmaster, the only item that I stole from a champion. 11% crit rate, some accuracy, some defense. 16% crit rate on a HP chest. Again, accuracy is key, but I can lose some, and we're going to have to potentially see about swapping. It'll hurt, but we may have to change this weapon for something with maybe a bit more crit rate, or potentially the boots. I mean, the accuracy, I've never used them in Hydra, but I feel like it would be too slow if I did. So, what realistically makes Geomancer like so good? Why are people going to pull shards like crazy for him? What makes people want this champion? AoE on his A1, decreased accuracy, 2 turns. Pretty nice. It's a strong debuff that is kinda come into the game recently, and it's incredibly strong. Go into arena and you can land this. All your duchesses and all your warlords, they have no chance. So this is a really cool debuff. Decreased accuracy. Creep and Petrify removes all buffs from a target and attacks them. Steals all buffs instead if the target is under a HP burn. So in Clan Boss, Geomancer will steal the increased attack buff from Clan Boss, and this is quite funny. It's cool to watch, and there's respectable damage for his stats that he has. 50k plus on the hit. Reduces the cooldown of Quicksand Grasp by 2 turns if the target is killed, which won't happen, but he will be under a HP burn debuff. So this right here is part of, well, the second part of this move is part of what makes him so good. So he fully depletes the target's turn meter, fills Geo's turn meter by the amount the target loses. So if you had him in faction wars, potentially could drain the boss, or drain somebody in the wave of their turn meter, give it to Geomancer. Maybe even get him an extra turn. But he places HP burn and weaken for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. How many people do you know in the game that have debuffs that in their duration is as long as the cooldown? Madame Ceres used to have this until she got nerfed, but it's very, very rare to have 100% chance to land it. 3-turn cooldown. Very rare. But this is partially what makes Geomancer, for what I need and in general, so damn good. The HP burn. The HP burn is the key to getting so much damage. I mean, weaken is a very nice debuff, but the HP burn is the key, because if you read Stone Guard, it decreases the damage all allies receive by 15% and deflects that damage onto each enemy under a HP burn debuff placed by Geomancer. So basically, when Clan Boss attacks him or any Clan Boss attacks one of his allies, load back up, Stone Guard, come on. He will deflect some damage back onto Clan Boss if he's under a HP burn. If there's more than one Geo, only one skill will activate. We know that already. Whenever this champion is attacked, deflects 30% of the damage instead. So because he's the stun target, for certain affinities, doesn't work on all affinities yet. I'm still trying to work out a couple of things, but it's fun. He puts back even more damage to Clan Boss. And the more you play, when you get up and up and up and up as far as turn count, he does a lot of damage. So effectively he can reflect a lot more damage back, and when deflecting damage on each enemy hit has a 30% chance of dealing additional damage equal to 3% of the target's max HP, which will give you insane War Master procs 125,000, 250,000, 75,000, 50,000. insane procs you're going to get. There is a video where Geomancer is fully booked. Quickly, his aura game is a bit laggy still. His aura is ally HP in all battles, so I never put him in the lead in my clan boss team, it would just screw stuff up. But he is fully booked. 15 books is a hell of a lot. So that's kit wise why he's so good. He can deflect so much damage back, and if it procs War Master, you will be shocked. You will be absolutely amazed. It's between Geomancer and Ceres, I ended up making Geomancer a 6-star. I don't regret it, to be honest with you. I have more chickens kind of in the making. I can get Ceres 6-starred. So, I mean, for the clan boss team to experiment and be able to do this, I feel like it was worth it. So, offense, support, and for a change, we'll start on the support tree. So we went down accuracy here for the first 3 master A's. I wanted the chance to decrease the random cooldown of a skill because it can get the A3 back sooner. Why not? It just enables HP burn to absolutely stay on. Anything apart from clan boss, dungeons, faction war, so forth. He can decrease turn meter on his A1, and we have a chance to try and extend the weaken and the HP burning clan boss with Master Hexer. Offense chi, we have crit rate, crit damage, Grim Resolve. He's in the unkillable clan boss team, so he will increase 5% extra damage when attacking with 50% HP or less. He's going to be lower on HP for most of the fight. His first hit he'll do 8% more damage. And it's a 6% more damage because we're dealing with higher max HP enemies. This stacks up to 10% on his A1. But most importantly, War Master, you want the procs. You're looking for that proc to do insane damage. Ridiculous damage. I mean, on Void was 49.5 million, so it was less than I thought it would be. If I was looking, so he's at 115, so to swap something, I need a weapon with 6 speed. If I can get a weapon with 6 speed, I can take him into Nightmare. I don't even know if I have something as low as 6 speed. 5. Obviously we have 5 speed. I'm not going to waste a glyph. 6 speed, it gives me accuracy. So if we put that on, that is 121 speed, and I need 121 speed for, come on for Christ's sake, I need 121 speed for Nightmare. We're not going to Ultra Nightmare, but we can, if the game decides to be less laggy and not get on my nerves. Let's see if we can do the last 60 million damage. I don't need him as the lead. The setup will be the same as it normally is for Nightmare. We'll do this, we'll do the first couple of turns. Then we'll come back in later. But this should give you an idea. You'll see all the procs from War Master and so forth. And you will absolutely just think to yourself, what the hell is going on? Do your thing. Oh, what did we go on to? We on Ultra Nightmare. Why is it blue now? Okay, let's see. I could have sworn it was Force. Unless I picked the wrong clan boss, but we'll see how it goes. What we need is the HP burn. I could have sworn that was Force. I could have absolutely sworn it was Force. So this might be a bad example. I mean, I could waste a key, then spend 100 gems for another one. This is really just icing on top of the cake. The plan was to, because you will not want to stun Geomancer because he's strong affinity. He will want to stun Fane, who is weak affinity. Yeah, so what we're going to, we're going to end battle. We'll just, I could have sworn that said Force. I could have. Okay, no, it's my mistake. My mistake. Let's jump into here. Yep. Yes, we'll use that. My mistake, guys. My mistake. I deserve the cost of 100 gems. My own mistake. So we'll show you the setup. Then we'll jump back in after I turn 40. So yeah. So everything would have went wrong on the previous clan boss run. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Trial and error. As long as you guys are learning something. If you have Geo, use him, build him up. You may have gear sitting. You don't have to have him with this much damage. I think I'm just quite lucky to have the gear sitting that I had. He has a better build than some of my damage dealers and my other debuffers have. Like, he has a better build than almost like my Stag Knight, which is like ridiculous. That's a single hit here. Let's go A1. 77. See all these procs? 75 for 30, 75, 75,000. That's all procs from Geomancer's passive. So we'll start with turn count 2. We're going to go there. We should be getting Geomancer to take the stun in a moment. Because we're going to get the heal from... And because he's the affinity we want him to be. Boom. So let's watch a couple of slaps to look at some of the damages that we're going to see. HP burn is the secret. If the HP burn is up 75,000, sort of over 300k damage easy. And it just ramps up because the more damage that he does to us, the more we reflect back. The later we get on as far as turn counts, and he stuns Geo. Oh, I love when he steals the buff, it's just fantastic. Give me your increased attack. 30% of 400,000 is going to be way more than 30% of like 60, 70,000. So this is pretty much it. We're going to see a few more procs. We're going to jump in, HP burn, 3 turn cooldown. As soon as it comes off, it goes back on. Check all the procs, all the additional damage I otherwise would not get if it was not for this magnificent dwarf and his passive. I don't want to bore you guys. What we will do is we'll come back in around turn 42, give or take, when the damage is ramped up, and we're going to show you just how much we can do on Nightmare difficulty. See you guys in a minute. And guys, as you can see, the damage has ramped up quite a bit. So for Force Affinity, for my, I love that 3-turn cooldown on that HP burn. It's great. And we can also extend the weaken and the HP burn, which is even better. So for my account, Force Affinity for a long time was an issue. Just taking in the slow boy, which is a spirit champion. Just never really worked. So for a long time it was Void and Magic, but Geomancer, he's opened up so many doors. The damage that we're getting here is insane. We will be getting that 60 million. I think it's just, of course we will. If there's HP burn up, we're going to be throwing back a ridiculous amount of damage. And Clan Boss is hitting way harder now, so yeah. Well, we got some. We got 3% resisted with one. It is what it is. We still have the weaken decrease defense. We're getting that 60 million for sure. And Clan Boss is hitting way harder now, as we'll see in a minute. But my guys hit respectively hard. Also, Clan Boss is absolutely smacking people. So let's see. Give us a big hit and then we should be able to remove your buff. Did you have any buffs on at that point in time? We need a HP burn, come on. Let's get a HP burn up so we can end. We need to get 60 million. That 3% resist. That was just cruel. See, 3%. Why is fucking Nightmare 3% resistant? 46 turns of countless HP burns, and you now decide to resist? This is just hurtful. But I think we kinda get the idea of what's going on here. We're about to look at the damage from everybody. 20 million from Geomancer, 15 from Brachus, so 59.7 million. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's truly insane. That is Geomancer, guys. I won't blab on any longer. You've seen the build. That is the team. Just find gear just to get them into your Clan Boss team. Try them out. You will not be disappointed. If you have the books and you get lucky, it will take 6. If you're like me, it will take 15. But Geomancer truly is just a Lego and an epic skin, guys. I am Vilisink. You've all been fantastic. Stay safe. Keep on raiding. And I'll see you in the next one.